What is up, YouTubers? So, we are officially on episode 4 of FPV on the Cheap. And this week, we got another soft mounting solution, but this time it's not for my flight controller on this bad boy, it's actually for the motors. Now, a lot of people argue, what can you do with soft mounting your motors? The screws still contact the frame and blah de blah de blah. Well, my opinion on the matter is that there's enough people out there saying that it makes a difference, so it's worth a shot, especially if we're doing it for cheap, less than $5. So, these guys right here are my solution to that. They got the 1619 cutout on these little pads. I'm gonna rip them out. They look to be sticky. I was hoping they wouldn't be sticky because if I like them, eventually I might want to mount them on a different motor, different quad. I would like to be able to pull it off, put it onto another one. But for $5, if they work on one, I might as well spend another $5 and get them on a different quad. So I'm gonna mount it up on this guy here, and hopefully get some flying done tomorrow. Hopefully when we cut out to the field, you'll see me out there flying around. If not, the snow is almost gone. It's getting warmer. It's sunnier out there, so I just got to find the time to get out there to do it. But after the break here, I'm going to mount these guys, put them on here, and show you what it looks like. And then after that, hopefully we're out in the field. Bam! Alright, as you can see from that time lapse, it took me a little bit to get that mounted on there. I'm not really sure how tight I'm supposed to go on that. I mean, does it defeat the purpose if you go too tight? I don't know. But anyway, after a phone call and trying to do that one-handed, I was able to mount them. And they're in there, and they're all squished. Don't know if it's going to do anything, but we'll test it out in the field in 3, 2, 1. Bam! Hey, YouTubers, we're finally out in the field. Right now, you guys are inside my car looking out at me to help protect from some of the wind because it's a little windy out there right now. But before we get to flying, I wanted to show you guys and remind you what is now on my Frankenstein quad that we're testing out here. So let me pull this out in front of you. The first thing that I got, now that I'm trying to remember, is it's not in there, of course, I've forgotten it, is the little rubber stopper. So we'll have to test that another time. That's not in the micro USB port. But the other two things that we haven't gotten to test yet have been the soft mounting on the fretboard and the soft mounting on the motors. And so we'll see if that makes a difference to how I feel. And if not, no big deal. They're cheap. That's why we test these things, to see if it makes a difference. So I'm going to go make a flight. This thing's got soft mounts everywhere, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, next footage you'll see will be in the air. Something not right. Well, as far as I can tell, that didn't go well. Well, you saw the video. It just freaked out and flipped over. So I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board. I don't know if that's because of the changes I've made with the soft mounting, or if something's out of calibration, or I'll have to plug it in the Betaflight and see. But that may have just freaked it out too much. I know that this board has the MPU 6000 sensor, and a lot of people say that you don't need soft mounts for that one. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back to the board, make sure I have everything configured right. I haven't changed the settings much on this, so we'll see what I did wrong. But I guess we'll have to wait for another day, because I don't know if I'm gonna make it back out here before the sun goes down. Sorry. So I figure out what was wrong with my drone. Turns out I'm a baboon. So I came home. I figured maybe with the soft mounts we're ruining everything and causing weird vibrations and doing exactly the opposite of what they're supposed to be doing. So I took off the soft mounts on the flight controller. Same problem. Took off the soft mounts on the motors, same problem. And then I realized, okay, I better just start from scratch. And I went in and I looked at my my Betaflight configuration, and I had flashed the flight controller previous to going out and making sure everything was up to date. And what I had forgotten to do was my orientation of my flight controller is 90 degrees from what it's supposed to be, and I hadn't taken that into account in Betaflight. So that caused all the flips. Now everything is unmounted and no more soft mounts, and so I'm gonna have to put them all back on and go out and try another day. So there will be a part 2 eventually. Sorry guys.